I really need to get out and do something. Hey everybody, back with another Power Rangers series review. Today we'll be discussing Lightspeed Rescue, which after growing up and watching Lost Galaxy and getting the PS2 and playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto 3, I had no interest in Lightspeed Rescue whatsoever. This is about 5 extraordinary humans who all have different abilities. One might be a firefighter, one might work really well at SeaWorld, one likes to climb rocks, and they live in Mariner Bay. Mariner Bay happens, you know, to be on top of a graveyard, and the people who live in the graveyard don't want Mariner Bay to be there, so, you know, gotta kill the Power Rangers. I thought Lost Galaxy was average, and I do think Lightspeed Rescue is average as well. To me, really, there's nothing that really stands out to where, like, that was the best Power Ranger series there is. Just like all Power Ranger series, I have some pluses and I have some minuses, things that worked, some things that did not work. Some things that did work were the team dynamics. I really liked the team. They all seem to really get along and really help each other because they're all strong at what they do. They don't have to learn anything new. They know how to handle themselves. They are all kind of adults, really, and they know how to do their own things. They have their own lives, they have their own jobs, but when they get together, they're all mature about it. And this is a very mature series. I mean, it's, you know, it's corny with its storytelling, but they're very mature adults. The Green Ranger is very cocky and adds for some comedic moments, and he tries to get their scientist professor girl to fall in love with him the whole entire series. And that's actually kind of sweet. Like, you know, just give him a chance. He's a nice guy. And a lot of the action was gritty and was filmed very well. And I liked the Zords. They were practical. The team dynamics was really great. The suits were awesome. The idea of these Rangers were awesome. But just like Lost Galaxy, the villains weren't the best. Actually, this series is probably the worst series for villains. I felt like there was no established villain whatsoever. We have Diabolico, and then we have Vipera. Vipera seemed like she would be the head villain, but then there were so many other people who were trying to take over and backstabbing other villains. So I really felt like there was no established villain for the Lightspeed Rescue Rangers to actually fight against. This series also had some weak storytelling. They introduced the Titanium Ranger, and I thought it was really cool, but they just threw his storyline off to the side. He spent like 18 years living with villains, and then he went back to the real world, and they just kind of forgot about him and his storyline. So the storyline had some plot holes, some major plot holes, and I thought they did not develop some storylines at all. They just did not care whatsoever. At times, this series does get way too dramatic in its storytelling, way too dramatic to the point where it's trying way too hard to be mature and serious. It's a Power Ranger episode. It's a Power Ranger series. I mean, chill. Just have them get hit, sparks come out of their chest, and they fly backwards. You know, that's all we are hoping for. You don't need to be way too serious in your storyline. Just, it was bad. There's a lot of crying, a lot of, oh, come back to my life, oh, you know, we'll never hurt you again, blah, 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 you know, crying whatsoever. So Lightspeed Rescue had some fun moments, especially with the Power Rangers. The Power Rangers were really great. I love how they were mature, and they had great dynamics. But the other side of the story with the villains and some other Rangers, like the Titanium Ranger, were not developed very well. So I'm going to go ahead and give Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue a B-. I do think it's better than Lost Galaxy, but still not the best Power Ranger series I have seen. So thank you guys for checking out my Power Ranger series review for Lightspeed Rescue. On to Time Force! Yay! That sounds like fun. Thank you guys for checking out my Power Ranger reviews. As always, this is Just Watches Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.